Have you ever really stopped to think about nicknames at work? Speedy down in accounting, or maybe the CEO gets called chief.
Right. Mostly just brush it off as, team bonding, maybe a bit of fun.
Exactly. But what if those little names, those informal tags, are actually sending these really profound signals about power, about trust, even about how safe you feel psychologically?
Well, that's a fascinating thing Zhang, the researcher, found. He went in expecting to see sort of simple camaraderie.
Uh huh.
But what he uncovered was this really quite delicate, intricate psychology.
Hmm.
So today, our mission is to properly dig into that, to look at the unexpected ways nicknames work and what they're really telling us about feeling valued at work.
And it's like super common, isn't it? His research showed nearly 9 out of 10 American workers have either used a nickname or seen one used at work.
That's right. Huge prevalence. But the real kicker, the core revelation, is this asymmetry. It really depends on the direction the nickname is going.
Direction. You mean who is giving the nickname to whom?
Precisely. So let's take an example. Maybe a marketing coordinator, let's call her Priya, starts calling her boss Coach Martinez instead of, Miss Martinez.
Okay. So employee nicknaming the boss.
Yes. And Zhang found pretty consistently that when employees can do that, they feel, safer psychologically. They report feeling more powerful, actually, and more respected by their boss.
Huh. So the nickname kind of bridges the gap, makes the power difference feel less, I don't know, intimidating.
Exactly. It signals that the power gap isn't this, insurmountable wall. The key seems to be the higher power person, the boss allowing it.
Ah, right. So allowing it shows they're secure. Secure in their own authority and maybe willing to protect the voices of the people reporting to them.
That's what the research suggests. It's a subtle thing, but it's a powerful signal of validation. It shows confidence and openness from the leader.
Okay, that makes sense. But what about the flip side? If the manager nicknames the subordinate, does that work the same way?
Like if Coach Martinez starts calling Priya Sunshine or Kiddo.
Yeah, exactly. Does that boost her sense of well-being?
Well, no. Actually, it does the opposite. Employee well-being tends to suffer in those cases.
Really? Even if the manager means it kindly?
Even then, what feels like friendliness from the top can easily land as condescension from the bottom,
Yeah.
or even feel like a misuse of power, however unintended. It just doesn't foster inclusion. It can actually damage it.
Wow. So it really connects back to that idea of psychological safety, doesn't it? What Amy Edmondson at Harvard talks about.
Absolutely. That feeling that you can speak up, take risks, make mistakes without being, punished or humiliated for it.
And these nicknames, depending on the direction and the context, can either build that safety up or just completely tear it down.
Precisely. And that's huge because something like 89% of employees say psychological safety is essential. Think about positive examples, though.
Okay.
Maybe Robbie, the financial analyst, becomes numbers because he's amazing with details.
Yeah.
Or an engineer gets called debug queen.
Right, because it highlights their skill, their contribution.
Yes, it's recognition. And cognitively, these story-based emotional tags stick better than just a formal title. We remember numbers, maybe better than Ravi, Financial Analyst 3.
So it's not just hierarchy, it's also what the nickname is about. And I guess the overall culture matters too, right? Like a tech startup versus a big law firm.
Oh, definitely. The effects are often more pronounced in more hierarchical places. What feels okay in one setting might feel really off in another.
Which leads to this kind of leadership paradox you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Often, the places with the highest psychological safety are where the top leader, the CEO maybe, is totally fine being called chief or boss lady or whatever it is,
Hmm.
but they are incredibly careful, really deliberate about any informal names they use for other people.
So it's counterintuitive. The leader shows strength by letting others sort of informally diminish their formal title, while they use their power to name others very cautiously.
That's the idea. It's like saying, look, I'm secure. You can use this informal name for me, and that should help you feel more secure too. It's a deliberate leadership move, not just being casual.
So the big takeaway isn't ban all nicknames, it's be aware, understand the hidden power dynamics.
Exactly. Ask yourself, does this feel like inclusion or is it actually intrusion? Is it recognition or is it diminishment? Trust or maybe even manipulation?
It really comes down to perception and the power relationship involved.
Fundamentally, yes. What we call each other, and crucially what we allow ourselves to be called, it really does reveal an awful lot about how we see each other, how we value each other at work.
That really puts a different spin on something seemingly so small. So, to wrap up this deep dive, nicknames might seem trivial, but they carry immense weight in shaping whether people feel they belong, whether they can bring their authentic selves to work.
They really do.
So, maybe the final thought for you listening is this. In a world striving for psychological safety for high performing teams, maybe we should pay closer attention.
Mm.
Consider what you call people and what you're comfortable being called. It might be one of the clearest signs of how you truly see and value the people around you.